Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl Nadia, owner and CEO of SASSISoul Boutique. I am back with another video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell so you can make sure you get the next video. All right, as you know, this channel is all about boutique life and boutique love. And today we are getting into part 2 of how to launch your boutique in 2024. As you all know, I started my boutique last April, coming on about a year for me. We already did part 1 of this video, and in part 1 we talked about a few areas where you need to prepare, building your structure, what you need to do within the first 6 months, and the very beginning. In the very beginning, I want to reiterate that you must do a lot of prayer and fasting, because you want to make sure that this journey that you're on is not for naught, and you want to make sure that in all things we do, we give God glory. I keep telling y'all gonna find out about me. I love God, and I'm always on every platform going to give him the praise that he is due. All right, so let's get back into this video. Again, this is part 2 of how to launch your boutique in 2024. And we are within the 3 months of our advertising phase. All right, so now we've got all our legals out of the way. We've got our licensing, we've got our permits, etc., etc. We've got our logo. We have some of the things that we need to start building this boutique. All right, so first things first. Within my 3 months of launching my boutique, I was able to do a pop-up. So I called this like a pre-launch, like a soft launch. I was able just to kind of use this as free data, right? I didn't have to pay anybody to find out, okay, what kind of pants are ladies wearing right now? What kind of skirts? What kind of dresses? This I used as free data. And I had a little bit of everything so I could see what really was able to sell. And so I did this pop-up, and it definitely gave me funds to continue to order things for my actual launch. So it's one way to start building income before you actually start getting into your business. So I would take this opportunity to find maybe pop-up shops, any vending options, anything in your community where they're doing maybe like a community vending opportunity. Make sure you take advantage of those, because this is like free data. You'll see what the girls like, you'll see what the guys want, you'll see what's out there, what's trending, and what's stylish. Okay, you also want to take this time to start transitioning from your personal social media accounts to your business. Now, some people just shut down their personal and go strictly business. I decided to keep up my personal and just add business accounts to both my Instagram and my Facebook. I did this because I was able to utilize my personal space to let the others know, hey, if you want to know anything about my business going forward, it's all going to be posted on my business page. So I made sure to transition that audience right away so that they could start going to that, because you don't want to mix business and pleasure. And we talked about that a little bit with your business account. You know, you want to make sure all your money funnels through that account. So now you want to make sure that all your interests, questions, and concerns, everything that has to do with your business, you want to make sure that it's funneling through your business accounts. So I transitioned from my personal Instagram and my personal Facebook to business. That was essential because I wanted to start uploading some of the reels and posts that I was doing to get prepared. I wanted to upload information about my posts. I wanted to upload information about my pop-up that was coming. I wanted people to see what was coming. So in about 3 months, it makes sense to start building your audience over there, because you've given these guys over here in your personal background to know who you are, to get excited about what's coming. And so now it's time to transition so they can know you ain't playing. All right, next thing is begin announcing your coming soon. So not necessarily the date or the time, but you want to start advertising coming soon. Hey, SASSISoul Boutique is coming. We've got some days, some months left. You kind of want to start getting people anticipated. And you don't want to do this too early, because you don't want them like, girl, come on, what we doing? So what I did in like 3 months before, just once out of that month, I got my graphic designer to just do me a flyer that said SASSISoul Boutique coming spring of 2023. And I did that because I wanted them to start getting excited. I didn't give a date, I didn't give a time, so they didn't know if it was coming in March or April or June, because that's still spring. So I made sure just to have some advertisement out there. And I also use that advertisement to pass out. And I also use that advertisement to put into my little bags when I did my pop-up shop. So you want to get people anxious about what's coming. I had my QR code on there. They were able to scan. They were able to know what was coming out and what was going on. You also want to start printing your business cards. So you've got your logo, you have your name, your emails, your addresses, and all that. I'm not sure what all information you want to put on your business card, but you want to make sure to have all of that so that you can create your business card and now get those into printing. It's 3 months before, so you definitely want to have those for when you're doing those small events, those soft launches. You want to have your business card, you want to have a thank you note, you want to have some hang tags on your clothes. So you want to make sure that you have all that stuff printed so that when you launch your business, people already know that you're out there, right? You want to make sure that your logo is something that you love to see. We talked about that in the first video, so that now people are going to actually see this logo and this is what's going to stick in people's brains. So you want to make sure that it's the logo that you decided on, hands down, you're not changing. All right, so here within the later part of those 3 months, about 2 months, you want to start ordering inventory. So you've already done a soft launch, so you probably ordered things that were kind of in that season. So when I did my pre-launch, it was in February. So I had sweaters, I had leather pants, well, the what do you call them, faux leather pants, I had hoodies, I had long dresses, I had stuff that was kind of wintry so that they could buy in that time and wear in that time. I knew that I was going to be launching in April, so the vendors had began to put their spring attire and summer attire on their websites. So this is the time, since you've already got your documents, your registration, your licensing, you can definitely start signing up with some of these vendors because they do require that for you to be able to purchase from their warehouse. So since you have all that going, you want to start going to these vendors and you want to start picking out pieces that you want to do. So what I did for my vendor, for my launch, of course, we talked about how it was so hard to get vendors, but once I found the vendors that I wanted to use, I started just putting stuff in my carts, right? Putting stuff in my cart. I knew I wanted some shirts. I wanted some 2-pieces. I would go here and get some jeans. I would go here and get some dresses. And so when I was ready to purchase, all I had to do was just add to cart. Place order if those items are still available. So sometimes you do take the chance of those items no longer being available if you wait too long. So around 2 months before I started pulling the things that I wanted to launch, pulling the things that I thought would look good on me, things that I knew were trending, and things that I knew people would buy. So you want to start doing that around the 2 month before you get to launching. I know it's going to be hard to buy, like, so say for instance, I started purchasing and preparing in the wintertime, and I was seeing all these, oh my God, these sweaters are so cute, these sweater dresses and blah blah blah, and the hoodies and the jackets, and I'm like, but I can't order that stuff for the spring. So I had to kind of go on my own vision to order and look for the things I wanted for the spring. There were some boutiques that were starting to put their spring stuff out, so I did kind of have an idea of what was trending, but I really just had to stay focused on getting what I knew would sell in that time, because when I when I launched, I knew that people would be starting to purchase things for vacation, for summer vacations, maybe spring break. So I kind of tried to stay around those lines to make sure what I was putting out was going to be relevant for the time frame. You want to also get your label maker and your labels. You want to also get anything that you feel will make your packaging special. So I do 2 separate orders. So I do some local deliveries, and I only do local deliveries in places that I frequently attend. So that's church, that's the gym, that's where I get my hair done, where I get my nails done. I will take those items to them. And so what I did is I ordered some nice little cute bags. I got some stickers off of Etsy that were my logo, and I got some tissue paper. So whenever I place an order, whenever an order is placed as delivery, I throw all those things in the bag. It makes it a little special, makes it a little unique. And so off we go. For my packaging to ship, I just, because I haven't started yet, getting personalized packaging, like your poly mailers and things of that sort. I started, I'll put the packing slip, the products that they purchase, my thank you cards, and some of the stuff that I put in there, maybe a coupon or something like that, for those that I'm shipping. I also got some little labels that say thank you, so that I could put on the back of the package just to thank them before they even open their package, just to say thank you. Hey, I appreciate your order. Another thing you want to make sure to do is get the correct size bag. So when I got bags, I got things that were for larger items, and then I got some stuff that were for smaller items. Like I sell earrings too, right? So I didn't want to give them this big 16 by 19 bag for earrings that can go on like a 4 by 6 bag. So you want to be kind of careful of that, especially when you're doing on-site events, because people will talk. They will have any opportunity to talk. So if you can manage to get you some bags that are kind of like small, and go to the dollar store. I use white for all of my bagging. And sometimes if I run out, I just run to the dollar store, get some white bags. Nobody knows, and I have labels. I did get 3 different size labels, and they didn't run me too much, but they can be kind of pricey. So I made sure to do that. You also want to make sure that you have your label printer. Your label printer is what you're going to use for when you get those online orders. Now, you can use regular paper. It's totally up to you. But I did go out and get, well, I didn't go out. I ordered a printer, and I got a Dymo label printer. And the reason why I was so gung-ho on getting a printer at this time is because I had begun starting building my business credit, and it was part of one of the vendors that I use. So I ordered it from there to get something put on my credit, but we'll get into that another day. But you can order them from Amazon, you can go into Walmart, you can go into Office Max, you can order them from anywhere, and they also have the labels. Now that's a little bit on the, you know, kind of bougie side when you're getting started. If you really getting started and you really don't have it, just use your regular printer, print out your label, cut it, and put it on the package. Or don't cut it, fold it, make it look nice and neat. Don't put the entire page, half of it's blank and half of it has a label. You know, make it look nice and professional, and just tape it on your package. So it's totally up to you. So now we are in that 1 month prior to advertisement. 1 month prior to advertising. 1 month prior to launching. This advertising period got real for me. When I say it got real for me, it got real for me because everything just started. I mean, I did things in ranges and rounds and stages. It just became real for me. So the first thing I did is I announced the date that I would be launching. I went onto my social media and I said, hey, Sassy Boutique is launching April 1st. Everybody started to get excited. Oh, April 1st, I can't wait. Congratulations. And it was bittersweet because it's like, okay, I can't turn back if I don't like it or if it doesn't work out. And it made me accountable to just keep moving and keep things going. So you want to, around this time, give your specific date for launching. Number 2, you want to get ready for your photo shoot. I don't know if you're going to do a professional photo shoot or if you're going to do one DIY. But what I did do the first time is I did get a professional photographer to shoot my photos. But thereafter, I made certain that before I launched, I had a very cheap, inexpensive tripod. I got it from Amazon. It was like 20 bucks. And it had a little remote control that I could use to take my photos and click, 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 click. I kind of didn't like it because it was kind of slow. Sometimes it would malfunction and I just didn't really care for it. So then I was listening to my girl Troya Monet, and she uses an app called Lens Buddy, and that is what I use currently today. You set it up, it takes as many pictures as you want by itself. You don't have to touch anything. You can time it, you can do whatever, and it takes your pictures, and they do a really good job. So you want to start getting ready for your photo shoot. You want to make sure you get your hair done, your nails done, your toes done. Toes are important if you are definitely going to be barefooted or if you're going to be in shoes that don't have covering where your toes are out. You want to make sure to get maybe get a professional makeup artist or do your own makeup. You want to make sure you have the makeup that you want, do your own hair, whatever it takes. You want to make sure you have everything for that photo shoot. Your shoes, your tennis shoes, your heels, your flats, whatever you're using to envision these outfits for the people, you want to make sure that you prepare for that for your photo shoot. Around this time, I started actually showing some of the pieces again because I've had my photo shoot within this last month. Right now, I'm into maybe about 1 week before launching. And so I'm able to actually put some of these pieces while I'm in them, modeling them onto my Instagram. So people are getting excited. Oh my God, that's so cute. Is that going to come in plus size? Is that going to come in small? So then you're starting to get your audience to engage because they're excited about what's coming. So then you want to talk about, while you're pitching your idea of what you're going to be showcasing on your launch, you want to start really targeting your audience. And I meant to say this in the last video. Your very first step is you want to confirm who your target audience is going to be, because the entire time that's who you want to focus on when you're launching this business. So I knew that my target audience would be ages 35 to about 60 years old. These are women that are generally moms. They work in or outside of the home. They might dibble and dab into the church scene. They're not the legs out, boobs out, butt out type sexy, but they are the modest, sexy woman who doesn't mind to show their figure, who doesn't mind to, doesn't care about their shape or size, just know how to make their clothes look nice on them. So that is a pain point that I have always promised to be able to manage with my boutique. So you want to start targeting those people that you know you're going to be able to fulfill their needs. Another thing is you want to start building your website. Baby, this makes my whole body itch, because building the website was ridiculous. And I did start about 2 months prior. I'm going to suggest a month prior, because it took me about a month, 3 weeks to build it, enough to where I can get it to launch. And I'm only going to say 1 month, because in most cases, whichever platform you choose, you should get a free 2 weeks or 1 week or so to start it, and then you don't start paying until that next month. I say this because if you're not bringing any income in from your business, you don't want a lot of monthly stuff going out. So that's something to think about. I did think about my computer. I had a computer, but it wasn't really up to speed. It was very old. My Shopify wasn't really connecting really well. So I had to find a way to put funds aside to get a new computer so that everything could run smoothly. So that is another thing you want to look into. I don't necessarily use my laptop to print my labels. I have everything set up in a stationary area with my desktop and my printer. So that's totally up to you. A lot of people do it on their laptop, where they just unplug it and use it for everything else, and then they plug it back up and then they use it for their label. So it's totally up to you, but you want to make sure that you have those items so that you're ready. You also want to begin collecting emails. Now, when you do your soft launch or pre-launch, you want to have a list where the ladies or people your people that patronage your business, you want to make sure that you have a list where they can put their name, email, and phone number, so that when you start sending out those emails, you can definitely get back in touch with them. I would suggest starting those emails like a week before you launch. Hey Sassy, hey lady, hey diva, whatever you're going to call your community, and say, hey, we're launching April 1st. You make sure you are in the place. And then maybe it's a good idea to give them like a good coupon code. It's an incentive for them to come and definitely purchase. Again, we are still within that first month, but we're down to the week of the launch. What do you need to do? Again, here you've already began announcing the date you're going to launch, but this is the exciting part. You get to announce the time you're going to launch. People like the time because they want to make sure they know where they're going to be. They want to make sure they know what they're going to be doing, if they're going to have money. So this gives them an opportunity to say, okay, I want to support Nadia when she launches her business Saturday at noon. I'm going to put a few dollars aside so I can buy something. So you're kind of getting them anxious, and you can do this early on. I just did it a week before because I didn't really know at the time. I knew that I had stuff going on, and it just so happened that that Saturday that I launched, we had a funeral at the church, and so I was literally at church, but it was easy just to flick a button on my website from my phone, so it worked out just fine. You also want to advertise everything that you're going to be dropping, maybe once a day, 2 times a day. Hey, so-and-so sassy cargo jeans are going to be dropping on our launch April 1st. Make sure you get a pair. I always put some detail into my posts. I like to put the name of the item. I like to put the sizes that they're available, and I like to put the size that I'm wearing. I learned that just from following other boutiques, that it seems to be a lot of information, and it keeps down a lot of people asking questions in the comments and the DMs. You also want to announce any incentive that you're going to be giving with purchases. So when I first launched, I did sunglasses because, again, I launched in the spring. I did sunglasses, and so I said, everyone who purchased, first 100 purchases gets a pair of earrings. Now, I did buy 100, but remember, I only got 7 orders. So I had plenty. And actually, I gave them away all summer. So you want to start throwing out there the incentives. Hey, we're giving away something free for the first 100, first 20, first 15 orders that we have on launch days. Totally up to you. At this point, sir, breathe. You've gotten through a major part of launching your business. I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be easy, and I'm not going to tell you that everything that you're hearing is going to work out the same for you. Now, I have heard people say, oh my gosh, on my launch day, I got 100 orders. I don't know how true that is. It did not happen for me like that. And in fact, a couple of other boutique owners that I've spoken to, it did not happen like that. I know one boutique owner who's doing very well right now in her 3rd year. She told me that she only got 2 orders on launch day, and one was her mother and one was a friend or a cousin. So you want to make sure that your expectations are not really too broad that you're so disappointed when you launch. For me, I was very disappointed because I was watching all these people that said, oh my God, I just took off like a rocket, and not thinking about the time frame that I was watching these YouTubers tell me about how they launched their business and how their launch day was so successful. I didn't take into account that we were in a pandemic. So a lot of people weren't shopping. They weren't going to the store. So of course they were all, hey, let me order this. Let me get this, because it was less contact. So I didn't take that into order. And I'm not saying that that's how everyone got their start of blow up, but I'm just saying in most cases, that's what happens. So pay attention to when people say they launched their business. If they're saying, oh my gosh, it just took off, like, oh, okay, what year did you start? If it's 2020, 2021, even 2022, it's probably banked on the fact that we were all in the house and couldn't go anywhere else, and we couldn't shop anywhere else, so they were ordering online. It's probably based on the fact that in 2021, 2020, we were getting all this money from the government. So of course we were shopping like we didn't have any sense. And maybe it was because, you know, people were just afraid to go out, even though the world had opened up. Maybe they just had decided that, oh my gosh, I don't want to go out. I'm nervous. I'm afraid of what's to come. So I'm just going to order online. So it worked out well. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with it, because, hey, monopolize anything you can where you can get your business out there and make that money. I agree 100%. And again, just don't believe the hype. Just don't believe the hype. Everybody that says they launched 100 orders on launch day, they're not all telling the truth. And I know sometimes you go into these pages and they got this video where they have 100 orders in front of them. I highly doubt that it was launch day. It probably may have been a year or 2 later. It may be 6 months, and it may be a very few that really did get 100 orders. But I would check, like, are they a celebrity? Did they have 30,000 members before they started their boutique? I mean, that's something just to look at. Don't be surprised that you don't have a lot of followers on your social media pages, because people want to trust you. I learned this. I'm not in sales, but I work with a lot of sales people at my job, and they say, 12% are going to purchase from you. And that's after they've seen your items or your post or your reel maybe 7, 8, or 9 times. They're not going to do it the first time. They want to continuously see that you're really into this. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I have gone to some websites and it looks like they just put a picture up there to say they're selling something so they can get $50 and go do whatever. I've seen sites where you go on there and every item on there is sold out. And they posted on their page how they out in Costa Rica. Well, yeah, they just got enough money to get enough money to go on vacation. So you just want to be careful about just thinking that, oh, I'm not doing it right. This isn't good for me. Again, I am in month 10 and I don't have 100,000 followers. I don't even have 500 followers. I'm well on my way to 500 followers there. If you follow me, I might have 500 followers. But I don't look at that and say, right now, today, I don't look at that and say, oh my gosh, my business is failing. I'm learning in this boutique academy that you need other options to do your marketing anyway. So I'm working on that now. And we're going to get into that. I'll get into all the apps and platforms I use for all the different marketing tools. But this right here is definitely necessary when you're starting a boutique. I don't want you to start planning it February 1st, advertising it February 5th, and launching it February 15th, because you're going to be disappointed. Can I just be honest with you? In fact, you probably won't even have all your garments by then. So I want you to be very, very careful and think realistically. Do I really want 100,000 followers on launch day where I'm getting 2,000 orders? Do you really have that? Do you really have 2,000 orders worth of material? Think logically. Now, if you go out and you're a baller and you're able to buy 2,000 pieces where you can serve 2,000 people, I am so happy for you, but I couldn't do that. So all I needed was 100 orders. And the reason why I had enough for 100 orders is because I had ordered things for my launch, and then I had gotten some things from a boutique owner that was closing her business in December, and plus I still had some items left over from my pop-up shop. So I had enough to actually make 100 orders based on the fact that not one person would order 100 things. Okay, so potentially I had enough, but my Shopify store would definitely let the people know when I didn't have 100 items or the item that they were looking for. So I want you to be very, very encouraged and know that if you really want to do this, it can happen for you. I'm still in the it can happen for you stage. I'm very encouraged though. I don't plan on giving up. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I know that things are going great right now. I'm not really focusing on sales, and I know that sounds terrible, but I'm trying to revamp my email and marketing platform because I want to communicate better. I'm getting sales, but I'm not out here trying to kick Instagram door down. Give me a sale. No. Right now, I want to be your friend. I want to get to know you. I want to communicate with you. I want to know when your birthday is. I want to know what your favorite color is. I want to know what's your favorite piece in your closet. Is it a dress? Is it a skirt? Is it pants? Is it whatever. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. So I would just make sure that you have a year where you don't mind your inventory not selling. It's not something that's going to cause you to lose your home or your job or your car. Like, I have all this inventory sitting. It's not going as fast as I'd like it to, but it's not breaking the bank for me because I planned for it. I circulated for it. If I sell this today, it's not going to be what I need to pay my light bill. You understand what I mean? That's all being taken care of. So the reason why I say you need about a year is because you want to make sure that you don't need to sell this when you get it. Like, oh my God, it's got to sell, or I'm not going to pay my cable bill. You don't want that. So pace yourself. Make sure you're in a momentum where if it happens, it doesn't. But be prepared for when it does happen. And that's where I am. I'm prepared for when it does happen. Because sis, I got it. Whatever you need, I got it. And so when those floodgates open up, I'm ready for it. But again, I've been doing this. I've been researching. I've been planning for over 3 years now. So I want you to be ready too. So I hope you enjoyed part 2 of this video. Please make sure to come back again. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you liked about the video. What did I miss? What else can I talk about? I want to do this for you because I've been in this predicament where no one was here for me. So like I say in every video, I want to remind you, stay classy, stay sassy, and stay confident. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.